Hey, how's it going? This is Nick Drivas. I was recently interviewed by Deanna on her Label Free podcast, and the whole experience was amazing. I am very grateful for the opportunity to connect with her, to share my message with the world, and to be able to tell my story in full. I was able to tell my story in full and just be myself on this podcast. Anything goes. I remember I asked her right before we hopped on the podcast, am I allowed to curse? And she said, go for it. Just be yourself. And that's what I love, because then I can tell my story the best way possible and how I was able to overcome. For me, it was my porn addiction. And I got very vulnerable on this one, got very teared eye, especially when we were recording. And then even after the recording, I went for a walk and I started to break down and tears just started to flood. And I never had this on any podcast that I've been on. So I knew this was the greatest one that I've been on so far. And that's all thanks to Deanna. She was very engaging into the conversation when we did record. And also she asked the right questions with my story and how I was able to overcome it. So I knew she was very good at what she does. For me to tap into myself even after the podcast was recorded, that means so much to me. And I'm very grateful that we were able to connect. And she's just an excellent host. She's very polite. She's very professional with what she does, the whole setup from an intro call to scheduling the interview and then making it happen. So thank you, Deanna, for having me on. This is just a testimonial review. If you are somebody that has a story and a message and you want to share it with the world, definitely go on this podcast. If you're not, if you're on the fence about it, definitely do it. You get your message out there, get your story. We all have a story that we want to share with the world. And definitely the Label Free podcast is the one that you got to get on and share it, because Deanna will ask you the right questions. And it's a very organic conversation that the world needs to hear. So thank you once again, Deanna, for having me on, and best of luck to what you do. You're very good at what you do, and much success. Thank you. Have a great day.